Hey everybody, today I want to talk about this Grim Survival lockpicking dog tag, or lockpick dog tag they had. I'm on Instagram a lot lately, and on Instagram I follow a lot of EDC people, and I saw this dog tag, and I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. Now, so I had to order one. They're really inexpensive. They're $7.50, which is a really good deal. They also make a card, like a credit card size pick set that has all different types of picks, Bogotas, city rakes, all that kind of stuff, different hooks, and then a tension wrench too. But this just has a rake and I guess it used to look like a diamond. I kind of shaped it more into a hook, but you can kind of see it. Here's their contact information. I'll probably put some links to things in the description also, if you guys are interested in checking these guys out. And so I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons about it. And just first off, first impression, I love it. Like I said, I bought it knowing that I wasn't going to be able to pick Medicos or Primuses, or probably not even like a quick set very easily with this. But the portability of it, and it's the smallest lockpick set I've ever seen, so it's pretty cool. Easy to hang on your keychain or whatever, stay mobile with it and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, first impression, I thought it was pretty neat. One thing I'll mention about it, I'm gonna take it off this card here. One of the neat features about it is you can take your picks out, you can take everything out and put it back in, because it's got oops, focus here. So it has the logo on it, and then it has this noise canceling thing, and then here it's got the rake, and then this is the tension wrench, and I'll get to that later. And then this here is the hook or diamond, and you can see it was a lot taller and sharper, but being a lock sporter, I went ahead and modified that so it would work for me. There's a lot of sharp edges on this, which you'll have to knock down with some sandpaper, but I think that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to the laser cutting of this material. The reason you can put them back in and they won't fall out once you kind of safely seat them is it's got this tape on the back, like a single-sided tape on the back. So, and also this noise canceling thing will hold them in too, because it'll cover it up with this, so it'll keep the top, I'm trying to do this for the camera, it'll keep the top and the bottom of the pick secured, also your tension wrench. So I think that is really cool. I like that a lot, because a lot of the pocket pick sets that are just a card or something like that, when you take out your pick, you got to buy a new one if you want them to, if you want it to work again. This one's cool in the sense that it has that double-sided tape on it, or on it, that the picks will stick to, and you can go from there. Also, the thickness is awesome on these things. I didn't really measure it, but I'd say it's about 20 thousandths, maybe 18. But the thickness is really nice, and the strength, oh my gosh. I got this yesterday in the mail, and I have pretty much been picking every single chance I can get with it to just test its limits. And you can see it hasn't even bent. It hasn't even started to bend. Like, still straight as an arrow this way. I don't know what material this is, but it is an awesome material. And for how thin the shaft is, the shaft of this pick's a lot thinner than an ordinary pick. And so you can get into a lot of places that you normally wouldn't get. And the handle is a nice, you can really maneuver around with it. I've actually picked all three of these locks with this, and this is what would be geared more to something like this. This is a survival tool. This isn't your replacement for your tuxedo set or something like that. This is a survival tool. That's what it's touted as. I like it just as a, for lack of a better term, piece of flair of my lock sport, addiction and the love for the lock sport and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to hang this off the zipper of my coat, or maybe on my keychain or on the zipper of my lock sport bag, just to kind of, get the conversation started. That's why we put the stickers on our laptops and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I just love this thing, and it's out of the package. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. One of the cons is the tension wrench. As you can see, it's just a flat piece of steel. Now, I've been kind of looking around trying to find out how to use this, and the only way that I thought maybe, if you're in an emergency situation, you could probably bend that. You could probably stick that in there, bend it at 90, and then use it as your standard, tension wrench. And then you'll just have to get a new one. But I didn't want to ruin it. So what I figured out is that you can take like a rake and slide this in the keyway on the bottom there. And then you take your rake, stick it in, and now you've got something. See how my fingers are on that? Now you've got something to kind of, and I haven't got it locked open like this, but now you've kind of got something to turn against, so you're not putting all that pressure on the shaft, the tiny little shaft of this pick. And you can see I'm not being gentle with this thing. I'm giving her the business, because I've been trying to just see what the limits are on the metal. And you can see after, raking it, I've been, I wasn't, I guess I've broken a lot of picks, so I know to be careful of that. But like I said, you can see after all that raking, really no harm done to this. And then it'll just go right back in here, just like that, So really cool little set. So like I said, Pro is the thickness of the metal, also the portability of it, and like I said, it works. But I did one thing to make it work a little bit better. Since this tension wrench doesn't do me a lot of good, because I'm not willing to bend it, and I have the methods down to jiggle a lock open using like the rake and that. I'm sure if I practiced, and that's the nice thing about this, is you can practice with it and then put it back together and go with it. Whereas if you practice with one of the other pick sets, you'd pop them out of the card, and then you'd be stuck having to buy a new one once you've honed your skills, you know what I mean? So what I did was I took a piece of windshield wiper insert, one of the wide ones, out of like a new fancy truck. Found it in the AutoZone garbage. Obviously, I don't have a new fancy truck. But anyway, I made this. And if you'll look here, if you rearrange some things on the tag, they could actually put one of these, not this long, but they could put one of these right here and then cut the hook right here. So they've got the real estate to do it. So I might shoot them an email or something like that. Just recommend that they do that. But that way you have your tension wrench, and this works a lot better. This will work top of the keyway, or bottom of the keyway, top of the keyway on your master locks, and pretty much anything there. So also with this too, they could, if they wanted to, or you could even, because part of the fun of lock sport is doing it yourself. You could turn this into a pick. Like if you prefer a snake rake or something like that, or a different type of hook, you could turn this into a pick using your grinder, and then you'd have 3 picks on the front. And then what I'm going to do to make it just a little bit easier for me is I put this, since this has this, I took full advantage of this noise canceling thing. This will just pop in underneath here, like that. And then, sorry, I'm trying to do this from the camera, through the camera again, like that, and there. Now it's all self-contained. It's not that much more bulky. What these guys could do is, since this material is so thin, they could do one with just tension wrenches, and then one with like 3 picks on it, and it's still, it's still not going to add that much bulk, and it's still, really secure in there. It's not going to fall out or anything like that. But yeah, I really like this thing, and if for any other reason, just something to hang off the the zipper of your Locksport bag or something like that, or on your keychain or something like that, so people can see and go, oh, what's that? You know, and you start the conversation about Locksport. But like I said, you're not going to buy this and pick Medicos. You're probably not going to be able to pick quick sets with it, you know, right off the bat. Maybe with some more practice you can, but you're not going to be able to do that right off the bat. But I really like it. And like I said, if they did something with that tension wrench along those lines, this thing would just be a sweet little setup, and you know, it'd just be kind of fun. You know, at work, someone locks their keys, you know, locks their office desk or something like that, leaves their keys out in the car. You can pop that for them. You know, you got a master lock on something. Like I said, I've picked this master lock with this set, and it's going to be, you know, you're going to be able to pop that with it. Like I said, you know, obviously I couldn't do it right out of the package. It took some adjustment, you know, with my fingers and stuff like that, working on such a small environment. But that's the nice thing about this, is you can pop these out in practice and then pop them right back in, throw it back on your keychain and go. One last thing that I thought was really cool about this is my friend Papa Gleb sent me these from Brooklyn. Don't ask. But this is a set of handcuffs. Now, this is a really cheap, crappy set of handcuffs, but it's not like those trick ones that you get from, you know, or it's not plastic. It's a pretty decent, you know, or it's better than that, but it's not really an awesome setup. But this is the hook here, and this is even after I modified it, and this will get you out of handcuffs. So in an emergency situation where, you know, imagine post-apocalyptic or something like that, and someone's captured you for whatever reason, it'll get you out of handcuffs. So that's a nice feature as well. And this is what I'd be more concerned about than anything in a survival situation, is being detained against your will. And it just goes in there. And like I said, they'll probably use some, you know, different handcuffs or better ones, but for the most part, oops. And you can see I'm wrenching on this thing pretty hard. It's still not bending. So, but anyway, like I said, I highly suggest picking one of these up and playing with it, because it's a lot of fun. And, you know, it challenges you. Okay, anyway, you saw me do it. But it challenges you in a different way to figure things out. There it goes. So, and then have fun with it, you know, make it your own. Do what I did, make some extra tools for it or something like that. And hopefully they'll start doing that. They might see this and start doing that, and that'd be great too. But like I said, for $7.50, I'd check them out. Like I said, I'll put a link to this in there, in my description, and you can go check them out. Really cool company. They've got tons of other stuff too. So if you're into EDC or survival, you know, you carry a fire starter with you and all that kind of stuff. They've got cards that have arrows in them, fish hooks, all that kind of stuff. Just tons of cool survival stuff in this card, and it's probably all the same material. So it's not chintzy, it's not flimsy, it's not chintzy. I don't know what this is, but it is a really, really strong material. And so anyway, that's my assessment of that. Like I said, check them out, and for the price of just one pick, you know, from one of the big manufacturers, you can get this cool little pick set and play around with it and kind of challenge yourself. You know, you can pick master locks all day long in your sleep with like a Peterson hook and a regular tension wrench. But, you know, getting something like this and challenge yourself to, you know, what if I was in a survival situation and this is all I had? That's a lot of fun for me anyway. So, like I said, I love the thing. If they do make a new version of it with the different tension wrenches, I'm going to buy one. And they're just, like I said, just a cool little thing. So it just goes right on your keychain. So anyway, I'm going to start bragging about that. Like I said, pros is it's very strong, very compact. It works on locks, you know, lighter security locks, really low security locks, it'll work. And on handcuffs, or probably low security handcuffs as well, it'll work. The con is definitely the tension wrench. So they get that straightened out, and like I said, it'll just be a cool little product. So I'm going to shut up now because I've been talking about it for 15 minutes. And like I said, I highly recommend you get one and play with it yourself. And let me know if you found something else that you could do that was cool, or found a way to make this tension wrench work or something like that. I haven't seen any videos on it yet, and I haven't seen any anything about it yet anywhere on the internet. So I'm just kind of opening the conversation with this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.